Let's take a look at the stock market. These are S&P 500 futures. We're looking at the weekly chart. I always advocate you keep track of multiple time frames. Every day you should be looking at weekly, daily, 1 hour, 15 minute, and 5 minute. So no matter which time frame you're going to make a trade in, whether that's intraday, swing trades, investor style, really long-term trades, you need to be aware of all the different time frames. Okay, so that's why I always look at the weekly first, right? Look at these cycles, weekly cycles. My goodness. Really nice, right? We've been looking at this for a while. Good cycles. This one, very strong, right? But take a look at this. We got divergence going on here. The SMI is up around 78. That's pretty high, especially when you compare it to both of these back here, which were actually lower. This was 74. This one was 68. So this is pretty high for the SMI. Also, take a look at this number right here, 407 on the weekly. So the weekly chart, I'm not saying that it's going to pull back significantly, but this is pretty strong, and it's kind of getting into a little bit in the nosebleed section. We're going to see what happens in this August 13th cycle. The market may surprise some people on a more long term, may pull back a little bit deeper than most people are realizing, but we'll address that as the time comes. Okay, let's look at the daily chart. All right, so here on the daily, let me just move this over a little bit to the right. So you can get, well, let me look at this. Let's look at this bigger. So here we are, 2 days in a row, really small candlesticks. I think yesterday was like 30, 35. Today, if I remember right, it was only like 20, 26. Yeah, really small, right? We're looking at this little range days going on here. Okay, almost, I wouldn't call them spinning tops, but certainly this was kind of an evening star looking candlestick. This was almost a doji today, and then, kind of just ended up being this really tiny candlestick. So I've been talking about back here, this was a pretty high Big Daddy 2 days ago, 2 trading days ago, got up to 418. That would be that number right there, 418. And now, lo and behold, what do we get today? We get a big red divergence dot coming up on the Big Daddy. Now, it's not accompanied by any divergence on the SMI, so, we are going to keep an eye on this. Normally, we like to see both of these indicators of divergence, but this definitely has divergence. All right. I've also been saying that if the daily SMI, Stochastic Momentum Index, or get between 70 and 80, we need to start paying attention because it might pull back. We're pretty close to that now. I still think there could be a little bit more in this. Okay, or it might just track sideways and then come down. I revised this from 42.8 to 42.20 because that feels like a little bit better number right there. But either way, 42.20, 42.08, right in this area. I don't know if it'll pull back that far or not. We're going to keep a close eye on this. Things are beginning to look like the market's a little bit exhausted on the daily chart and the weekly. So there's a lot going on there. Okay, let's look at the trade of the day. So here we are on the 5-minute chart, which, by the way, these are streamed live to all my members, the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 hour, and they get the alerts all in Discord server, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. But look at this alert right here that came up on the 5-minute streaming chart. Look at this right here. I think it was at 8:30 this morning. Yeah, 8:30 pre-market. My goodness, what an alert. We had a bunch of them kind of stacked up in this area. You knew something was going on pre-market, and bam. I mean, this is just an amazing alert. The Giddus Plus indicator's really been doing its job. There's been some really nice trades. From, I'm going to say somewhere in this area, I'd be taking the trade, right? Maybe this candlestick right here. So you're looking at about 42.72 all the way up to about 42.90. It's 18 points worth of trading. Okay, that's a nice, huge profit right there. And on the SPY, I think that'd be $1.80. In futures, we speak in points. On the Spider and the SPX, I think y'all speak in dollars, right? So that'd be $1.80 movement, which is a lot if you're trading options, right? Just absolutely amazing. Really, really nice trade. And even here, you got this another, when the price stalled right here, you just wait a little bit, right? You could get back in on the trade because you could see how, look at this MACD going to the moon. Right, as soon as this candlestick came up again, you could take a little bit more if you wanted, to take on a little more risk, you could. Otherwise, just take your 18 points for the day and be done with it. It's a huge monster profit. Just right there on the 5-minute chart alone was huge. Okay, now we're looking at the 1 hour chart, and there was also, it's just amazing. Both the 5-minute and the 1 hour are just absolutely smoking today for trades. This is an alert that came in for the members at about 7 a.m. in the morning. Right there on this candlestick. My goodness, look at this. Huge. That entire candlestick. Well, there you go, 19.5. And on the 5-minute chart, what did I say? I said 18 points. Same trade, right? You're just seeing it manifest itself here on the hourly chart. That doesn't always happen, but in this case, it did. What a sweet trade. My goodness. Okay, over here on the Discord server, this is where all the services take place for the members. And here's the alerts that we talked about in the S&P 500, right? So this is where the alerts will come in. So the members get it on the streaming charts, and then they also get it on the Discord app, and an alert comes in. So all they're doing is they're right-clicking on the label for the alerts channel. They come here, they click all messages, and they get their alerts. They're at work, whatever they're doing throughout the day. Some of them are able to trade. Some of them are just doing their thing. At least they get alerted and they can make a trade on their mobile app, or if they're in front of their desktop or laptop, whatever. Okay, I like to trade some other commodities, so you get the same thing with gold alerts, crude oil, stock alerts, top 30 in both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are in this channel, and then daily alerts. So for those that want to do a little bit more swing trading, you could look at the daily alerts that come in. And this channel right here today, Premium Symbols, really had a really good symbols that came in for the futures and the short. So in this channel, there's files that get dropped in there every day with my algorithm, my logic that picks out the symbols. And I'm going to tell, I alerted my members because I looked at some of the files that came in just a little while ago, and I alerted them to a really good trade I think is coming up. So I hope some of them make some really good bank, because I'll probably take a position myself. No, I'm not going to give it to you, the general public, for free. Sorry, some things are for members only. Speaking of that, if you like what you're seeing in this video, click on the first link in the comment section of this video. Okay, it's going to bring you to my Get a Server. You click on here, server subscriptions. Okay, you click on that. You get this web page right here, $7.99 for everything you already talked about and all the alerts. Plus you get everything you see right here in this rectangle. Okay, and I always start by saying yes, everybody gets the YouTube videos. Okay, both the members and the general public get the YouTube videos, but everything else in here is members only. And I talked about the streaming charts. I talked about the alerts, and actually there's daily alerts in here too, right? That's for the S&P 500. You get the alerts for the top 30 S&P 500 and NASDAQ. Again, you can just pause this video if you want to read through this. Okay, the premium symbols, I talked about that. You get, my logic goes through and grabs the symbols for the futures, optionable stocks, industries, and shorts. Okay, and again, I want to say welcome new members. Had quite a few new members, so I'm welcome aboard. Listen, members, if you want to get the nightly emails, make sure you drop your email in the email only channel on the Discord server. Okay, this way you'll get my nightly email. I put a chart on there. I give my opinion about the S&P 500, and I usually mock up the chart a little bit about what I think the market's going to do. Okay. All right, everybody. Hope you really enjoyed this video. Happy trading, everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.